Here on the range was kind of like your first few swings. Again, setup wise is always pretty good. Taking the club away, just again be careful that doesn't sort of hood the club too far on the inside. But your takeaway now for me, for most of these, as I said, the club goes back in a good spot, yeah? So your arms are working into your chest there, okay? The club's nicely in front of you. It's not whipping behind too far. Now, as you're at the top of the backswing, that club face is, for me, I mean, that's the leading edge there. There's your left arm. In an ideal world, to be a bit more neutral, we want to be a little bit more online there. If you're somewhere in this window, that's fine, but being a little bit too shut, no problems. So because of that there now, as you start down, your arms start going, or your hands, should I say, almost go down that yellow line that your left arm was on, yeah? Sort of come down a little bit more towards the golf ball, and as we get to that hands level there, that club's quite a way out in front of you. You compare that to this one here now. Again, slightly shorter back, so you can maybe turn a bit more. We're not going full send on this one, okay? Club is a smidgen shut there, as we said. But you watch the movement now of your arms here. Yeah? So the arms are starting to move down. That now is a similar position, I suppose. And the sort of triangle, I guess, if I can draw in there, is smaller than that one there, yeah? Now, again, the arms are still going to start working towards the golf ball, okay? At impact, what I would like to get to, again, probably more long-term, is a position where your arms are like that, as opposed to where we had on this one, certainly. Yeah, look at that one there. That's the big image there that we always look at. I mean, look your left for a second. That's a real, I'm going to block this club off. Even with that movement, though, you still hit this one about 30 yards or 40 yards left of target. So that last moment, that club is flipped over, okay? So as you come into impact here now, there's just before impact, okay? The arms are up there and the club is down that way. I want to get eventually a point where you're reversing that angle slightly, yeah? I think the knee is off the ground more. The knee has gone out this way a little bit. So maintaining, and again, that's where that shift of weight's going to come from. So we're here now and you're moving this way. Everything's moving into that right heel and into your left heel, yeah? You sometimes go here. Then you start trying to move and it goes that way, yeah? So if you can, yeah, the overall, we'll look at this in a bit more detail now of this, but just to put it on the video to remind you, as you rotate back, you're turning back into that right heel, yeah? Which you do pretty well, yeah? As you get to about here, between, I guess, here and here, is when that shift is starting to go towards target. You can see here now, though, watch your head on the sea there. You're just moving a bit towards the golf ball, weight going up on your toes, yeah? So now trying to move this way onto your heels now is going to be tough. So if the weight goes on the toes too much, that's what's going to push everything out more so than we want. It's not as much as it was, but it's where your lower half and the weight shift is going to be. It's going to encourage where the arm goes. Yeah? If you imagine this way, if I'm here and I go here, and then as I start going this way, everything's going to be going forwards towards the golf ball. And the way then you're going to stop falling over now is by thrusting the hips. The hips go forward. The spine comes back. What are my arms going to do? If my arms are here, hips go forward.
It's keeping the weight back on the heels.
Yeah.
So
that feeling of
into heel or into
into heel. Yeah. If you look at
heel to heel.
think of Spieth's finish position with his left foot. Yeah. Last thing with video footage now, we've obviously got the force plates.
Yeah.
And that's what they've realised now in terms of when, because people ask, well, when is a backswing finish and a downswing start? Well, most people sort of say, well, the change of direction or the weight shift. Well, the weight shift, I can say for tour players, once they start off here now, so they're shifting their weight into that right side, which you do very well anyway. When they get to about here, between here and here, they're starting to shift their weight towards their left foot, whereas you tend to shift it more towards your toes, yeah? That's where your weight goes forward. Now your balance is thinking, oh, I'm losing a bit of balance, and the speed you swing it is a lot, so you have to try and recover that. And then to kind of recover that, see how the head starts coming back a smidge and the hips then start going forward. This is less than before. You probably see it more on this one, in fairness, when you go back here. So you get to there, that's going even forward there in the backswing. So yeah, so movement onto your toes there. Now as you start coming back here, you're trying to move your head back to get out of the way. The hips are starting to go forward. Trying to basically rebalance yourself, yeah, which is going to make it very tough for you to sort of stop throwing the arms there, because if they go forward for them to go back, they go back, the arms go, we're all interlinked, isn't it, yeah? So if one moves that way, that moves that way, and this moves that way, yeah? It's all going to combine together. So we'll look at that in a bit more detail with the footwork, but yeah, definitely getting the sense saying, this is why the exit left is left heel, yeah? So from here, that way, yeah? Turning, that way. You go and go that way. So when the hips go forward, the shoulders come back, your arms go up. Hence, you get that kind of thrusting out vision with your arms there. Yeah. Certainly, the arms are starting to work down more here now, which is better. But if we can get that sensation moving into that left heel, we get the arms again to a point. And that's the goal we're going to try and get to. Get those arms working more into this. Look at the tall players; their arms are a lot more into their body here, coming that way as opposed to up there. Okay, mate.